Hey guys, it's Ian. It is February 14th, 2014, and this is my 3-month update on testosterone as of yesterday. Sorry, I'm a little late. Okay, so as far as growth goes and changes, we'll start off with my face. I think my jaw is starting to square up and broaden a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, or if you agree. You might not even agree, but I feel like it is. It looks like it to me. Um, Hair growth, I'm getting some growth in here in my sideburns, my little mustache, and underneath here is getting a little bit of growth, just slightly. It's kind of thin, um, very light. Also getting hair growth on my upper thighs and the backs of my thighs as well. Getting it on my lower back and on my belly, and all of it is very itchy. um, as far as voice goes, I don't know if my voice has actually deepened any over this past month. Um, but it definitely is stabilized more. I mean, still I'll talk, and sometimes it'll be lower than others, but it's not nearly as cracky or crazy um, as it had been. I can kind of sing now, which is awesome because I miss it. I miss being able to sing without it being all over the place. Um, yeah, so on to working out. My gym finally opened, so I've been going or trying to go about 4 to 5 times a week with my buddy and coworker Daniel mostly. He and I go after work in the mornings, so it's not crowded in there, and we've been going to town lifting weights and trying to lose weight and put on some mass, and that has definitely been happening. Um, I have been about 140 as of like a month ago, 140 pounds ish, and I weighed myself the other day. I mean, it was midday, had ate already, but and I was clothed, but it was 148. So, and I'm definitely not getting like fatter. Like my fat in my belly and like my hip region and thigh region is all kind of going away. So, sorry, I'm having issues with my voice apparently right now. But I'm noticing that's kind of going away. So it's definitely putting on like muscle mass, which makes me feel better. And speaking of that, like the fat and muscle redistribution, I've been feeling better about my body. I don't know if I'd use the word confident, but I'm feeling more comfortable. Um, it's I can see the changes when I look at myself, and I'm feeling better about that on most days. Um, I went and saw the endocrinologist just after my last video, so it's been almost a month, and she is going out of practice, and I have another appointment for a new endocrinologist scheduled for March 20th when I'll see him. I have yet to meet him, so I'm not sure how or if he's nice or how he is or whatever, but she was recommending him, as was my therapist, so I went ahead and scheduled, and we'll see how that goes. But when I had my meeting with this past endocrinologist, she was really excited to see how many positive changes I had in such small time and how little negative changes I had. So that was fantastic. And because of that, she thought my dosage was really, I mean, it was doing well. So she didn't want to mess with it too much and end up making me do some crazy stuff and have like some bad reactions or whatever. So she kind of stuck close, and we jumped just barely from zero point 0.3 milliliters to 0.35 milliliters. Um, I also have a change from picking up syringes at the pharmacy. Um, I'm using a slightly different length needle. I'm still injecting the same depth into my muscle, but the length is different. So uh, I had to get used to that. The first time I did it, I actually ended up, because testosterone is a very thick gel rather than just a fluid that you inject, it takes a long time. And so as I was like applying that pressure, I inadvertently started pulling the needle outward a little bit, so I had to like re-stick myself, not entirely, but I had to push it back in farther, and so I ended up bruising myself and making it a little sore, which is not normal because normally my injections are very smooth. I even inject in the same leg in nearly the same spot every week and don't have any issues, but that time did make it a little sore. Luckily, I have gotten used to it and things are great again, and I'm really enjoying the up dosage. I feel like I'm really noticing like more hair growth and stuff from that, and like just some changes. I think like that helped me with my face and stuff. Maybe not. Maybe it didn't, but I feel like that. So yeah. Before I left that meeting with the endocrinologist, she and I spoke of my legal name change. She advised that it would be a good idea to kind of start considering it between 3 and 9 months. Try to have that as a target range when considering changing it. That way, like, I'm ensuring that I'm passing enough so the judge doesn't question me. And speaking of which, if anybody has tips on how to do that process or some advantages to focus on during the process of both the legal name change and the gender marker change in the state of Indiana, I would be more than happy to hear those things. So yeah, if you wanted to give me some tips, that'd be great. On to my emotions. Been very stable, really happy, chill, just doing my thing every day, living life. I have noticed as far as changes go, I used to experience some very intense depression here and there, especially, I mean, wintertime's not a very happy month in regard to like being able to be outdoors because we've been having such crazy snow lately. So, um, like my depression, if that's what you want to call it, I've wanted to sleep all day on some days, on some occasions, but what is there to do when it's bitter cold and there's crazy snow and you work third shift so you're tired all the time? So I mean, that's not, I don't know if that's really depression, but it's not like happiness or positivity, but it's not nearly as negative as it could be either. So that's an improvement to me, and I'm okay with that, and I can handle that. So it's not an everyday thing for sure. I'm out and about and doing things and working out, and yeah, I make myself work out too sometimes when I'm feeling like that, just to give myself some type of positive part of that day at least. Um, Aside from that, don't have any other emotional instability. I noticed actually one day last week I was starting to feel like myself again, like my true like I I'd felt like really passionate in past periods of my life, and I started to feel like that again and feel really like a spark of joy. I don't know. There's just like a feeling that I get, and I missed that, and I've not felt it for quite a while, and I started to feel that again the other day, and it felt phenomenal. I really hope that that's coming back and is going to be another part of my life soon, like regularly, and cannot wait. So, yeah. Um, Now, further on to social changes, really don't notice any social changes aside from the way that men treat me, and I might just be like seeing that, but I feel like before testosterone, men didn't really pay attention. Like, I'm speaking of adult men, um, didn't really treat me with much regard in a positive or negative way. It was just kind of like we don't relate to one another. I don't understand you. I don't understand what or who you are, so I'm not really going to talk to you. Now, men treat me as though I'm, they might actually treat me as though I'm young, like a teenager, but they treat me as like they are a mentor or they need to teach me something. Like, I've experienced that numerous times, especially at work, not with my coworkers, but like with some truck drivers and vendors that I have to deal with at work. They speak to me in that type of tone or whatever, in that type of way, which is cool. They call me Bud a lot, which is funny. I mean, Bud because I'm 23, but whatever. Gonna be 23, I guess. Nobody likes you when you're 23. Okay, so stop being weird. My life changes aside from that would be coming up, and hopefully I'm going to be doing some really awesome positive things pretty soon. That's in my potential future, which I'm not going to go into detail about because it's a little private right now, but in the instance that that happens, I will definitely be sharing that news with you guys. So, yeah. Um, also would like to share something very sweet that happened today. My mom gave me the car that she bought for her, or from her and my dad, and this the first card that she got to buy for her son, which I thought was really sweet because she was extremely excited to show me, and that just kind of is a token to show you guys of the love and support that I get from my family, which I am absolutely just bewildered with. I mean, truly, they're so important to me, and they just give me the greatest respect and love that I could ask for. So that's just, I just had to share that with you because I thought it was really beautiful. Yeah, so aside from that, I hope you guys are doing well, and I hope you are making the most of this consumerist holiday, whether you're with a significant other or with yourself or with your family or whatever. Don't forget that you can show people love every single day, and it doesn't have to be bought with roses or with chocolates. You can give someone your time and give someone a hug. It doesn't matter. So be happy. If you need a hug, and we're friends, I'll always give you hugs. So hope you guys are well, and if you have any questions or comments for me, please feel free to leave them, and I would be more than happy to read them or answer them. So yeah, take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of this February, and I'll see you in a month. Take care.